What's up, YouTube? This is your 313 Man of Steel, and I'm going to come at you guys today with the importance of handling your small daily task. Why it is so important. Why is that such a major thing to do in your day to day life, and why should you care about it? You know, um, basically, I want to come at you guys with five facts, 5 points. I mean to say of why taking care of your business on a small level is good for you mentally and will help you further down the road take care of bigger things. Um, Number one reason, or the first reason, I ain't gonna say number one reason, but the first reason I would say handling small business, the day to day small business is important because it prevents you from being overwhelming situations like you got all this stuff going on, then on top of that, now the biggest event in your life just popped up. You know, when I was getting ready for the Golden Gloves last year, I thought I was like, I had so much stuff going on at the same time that I should have already taken care of, and it would have prevented me from having all that stuff clouding my mind, and it would have just made it easier to focus on my fight rather than focusing on these other things that I should have already done before the fight even began. That being said, I still won, but when you take care of your business, when you take care of the small things and get the little stuff checked off the list, it helps you keep that. It keeps the bill collector off your back. You know what I'm saying? It keeps that stuff. It keeps your mind clear. It gives you more space in your head to move accordingly, and and to do what you really want to do. Or focus on what you want to focus on, so you don't have to focus on this and focus on that and focus on that. Basically, so the little things, they can build up fast. You know, Putting them to the side can turn your snowflakes basically into full blown avalanches. Is basically what the prevent overwhelm part means. So what you want to do is you want to get the little things done sooner rather than later, and it can make handling the bigger problems a whole lot easier, and and make your life run a lot more smoothly. Second reason you want to handle the small daily tasks is because those small little tasks that you knock off and just get them out the way, that builds momentum, that builds up, that gets more steam in the engine. You know what I'm saying? That puts more coal in the engine to make you want to do more after that, after you complete a small task. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of the quick task will boost your confidence and your motivation. You understand? And ultimately, it just makes the bigger things easier to handle because you have more space in your head and you have more confidence in yourself because you've done this before. You feel like, oh, I've done it before. I've been in a situation where I got to take care of business before. This ain't nothing but just on a bigger scale. That's the same. Everything's taking care of a task is going to be taking care of a task, whether it's large or small. But since you're used to taking care of tasks in a small level, you're still going to be able to take care of tasks on bigger level because it just makes it easier because you are already accustomed to taking care of your business. So when you take care of your small business, taking care of big business is just like another small thing. You know what I'm saying? It just it puts everything into perspective. Really, it makes it feel like everything. When you take care of your small daily task on a daily basis and are responsible with your task, it just makes everything seem like, oh, I can go take care of this. I'm about to go conquer this. I'm about to go take care of this. I'm about to complete this. I'm about to go start that business. What I gotta do? Just get an LLC, register with the state. How long is it gonna take? A few days. All right, boom. Let me go take care of that. Like this is how it looks like when you have taking care of small things, and you understand it, and it gives you an understanding of gives you an understanding and gives you insight on how to take care of stuff. You know, like when I had started my first business, I didn't understand anything. I didn't understand nothing as far as, I had to somebody had to tell me about making an LLC. Somebody had to tell me about registering with the state. Somebody had to tell me about um, doing the taxes and having your receipts and all that. Somebody told me, had to tell me about this stuff. But once I figured it out and I started taking care of that, and I had all that stuff together, it made when it came time to do your taxes, because doing the taxes for a business is that's a big task. When you think about it, that's a big task. You got to have all this paperwork and documentation. But when you have done your daily due diligence, you've done your daily business, you've done the daily small tasks, you saved the small receipts, you you know, you track down how much money you made and did all that, it's easier to take care of that bigger task because you took care of the smaller task first, and it all added up to one big thing. Okay. Um, Another reason why taking care of the small task is important. It keeps your life running smoothly. You know, the little things like paying your bills, small bills like water bill, paying your phone bill, and stuff like that. Uh, in replying to a text message or even cleaning up your house, making your bed. It keeps daily life, flowing like the ocean. You know what I'm saying? But like if like say you clean your house every single day and you get some unexpected company. You didn't know that this person was gonna come over your house. You didn't know this dude was about to be over your house. And this is somebody that you have respect for, and you want to show them, and you want to have your house in a presentable way for your guests to come over. But if you keep your house as a pigsty and only clean up when somebody says, "Oh, I'm about to come over tomorrow," and then you clean up that the day before, nah, you clean up every single day. You make your bed every single day. You stay ready every single day by completing a small task, so you don't have to get ready, and it just keeps your life. It keep your life flowing. So it's just like every other day. Oh, this dude keep his stuff clean. He stay on top of his business. This dude always on top of his business. He always doing what he's supposed to be doing. You know. Now you have, and not only do you feel like you're taking care of your business. Now other people see that you're taking care of your business, and this being an effect on other people. You might be influencing other people to take care of their business. You might be influencing other people to do the right thing. And you're doing things you're helping people smooth their life out by watching you. And I think that's an important thing. I think that's important. Some people don't care, about their influence or their impact or how much they really matter to other people. But I do. I care about my image and my reputation. So I want people to be like, Bryce always ready. Bryce always has his. He's always on the ball. He's taking care of this. He's taking care of his business. Or even going out, like taking a bath every day or showering every day, stuff like that. Smelling good. You never know who you're gonna run into in the real world, and they not in the real world, but you never know who you're gonna run into outside your house, or a business acquaintance that you might run into on the outside, and and the first time that they see you, your appearance is like, man, this dude smell good, this dude look like he's in good shape, man. I think this guy might be the guy that we can make a deal with. You never know who you run into. You might run into a guy that does stuff off the whim like that. But since you was always ready and you always took care of your daily task, like showering up, going outside, making sure your teeth was brushed, making sure you smelled good, making sure you had your stuff together, you ran into somebody, and guess what? They saw potential in you because you look like you took care of your business. You know. Another reason why taking care of small daily tasks is important. Um, it improves productivity in your life. When you handle small things right away, they become they don't become a burden on your brain. You know what I'm saying? And it clears your schedule it clears the schedule of your life for more important things that you could be handling, like starting, like I said, like starting your business or running your business or expanding your business or selling your business, or just when you when you have less things to worry about, it makes it easier to produce bigger things to come and to focus on bigger things and to make other things happen, extracurricular things, and those bigger things can sometimes they need all your attention. So it's easier to take care of those bigger things when you have all the small things knocked out the park already. You don't got to worry about that. So you can go take care of your bigger things. And next thing you know, excuse me, you could be a millionaire, and basically like that, it makes it easier to achieve your goals, and not as time consuming or not as burdensome on you, and not like it feels like it's taking forever because you don't have your mind completely 100% on that big thing that you want to do because you didn't take care of your smaller stuff. So in the end, it's always easier just to handle your little business and then make go on to bigger things, and it can give you more time to take care of your bigger things. And lastly, the last point I want to make is it can build discipline by handling the small things. Consistently taking care of the little things will immediately build habits of responsibility, reliability, and time management. Okay? So, when you are a responsible person, that just means that you are somebody that takes care of what they're supposed to take care of. A responsibility is something that you're supposed to do, something that you are you are supposed to handle, something that you're supposed to take care of. That is a responsibility. A child is a responsibility. Having a job is having a responsibility. Having a position is a responsibility. It makes it makes you it makes it easier to handle responsibilities when you take care of your small task, because having a daily small task that you take care of, it's like practice for a job, because you got to go to the job every single day and do the same thing, you do the same job every single day, or you run a business and you have a certain certain business that you run, and there's certain things that you're responsible for, and handling your small task will in turn translate into your business. You understand what I'm saying? And it shows that you're reliable. You know, no matter what, he's gonna do this. No matter what, he's gonna follow through on what he promised because he handles a small task every single day. You know, and in conclusion, I want to basically say I want to at least relate this to some point in the Bible. The Bible teaches that small things, in fact, do matter. They test our faithfulness, they build discipline, and prepare us for greater responsibility. God values the faithful in the little things as a foundation to bless you with more in the end. Your big gift. God will bless you with something small. He won't let you go hungry. He won't let you starve. He'll give you more than enough than what you need. And a lot of times we aren't happy with what we aren't happy with having those we aren't happy with just taking care of the little things. We aren't happy with just having enough. Sometimes we want excess. But a lot of times the worst things that can happen to us is that we do have excess. We have more than what we need because we don't know what to do with it, because we aren't responsible with a little bit. So how can you be responsible with a lot of bit? Think about that. A lot of times guys they resort to different type of schemes and other things to get to a level of status or to a level of money that they feel is, adequate for their lifestyle, even though they aren't doing anything responsible with the money that they get anyway. They're buying stupid stuff that don't add up to nothing. I did it. I bought cars. I bought all this. The whole time I should have been spending money on taking care of other business, other things that I could have been taking care of. But it took me doing the small things and going through so many different changes and phases in life to understand what to do with a large sum of money. So when I do get a large sum of money, I can have an idea of what I could do to grow it and make it even more and increase the blessing rather than just taking a blessing for what it is and blowing it like a fool. You know, that's why it's important to take care of the small things so you can value the big things, because when you do all these small things, it puts everything into perspective. It's like, man, I did all this, I did all this. Just like I'll relate to me being a boxer. I do all this road work. I do, I'm running miles every day, in the gym every day for 2, 3 hours a day, um, exercising, hitting the bag and all that. And it's all small stuff. It's all small stuff, and a lot of times it's repetitive, and it's like sometimes it gets boring. Sometimes you max out. Sometimes you feel like you ain't doing nothing different. But that plateau that you at, you feel like it's a plateau, but really it's just a slow build, and then you tap out at one point and slow build again, and tap out, slow build again. And that's kind of like a growth diagram type of thing if you look at it. And if you look at it from when you first started to where you end up being at, say, a year down the line, you will be able to be like, man, I wasn't, it felt like it was repetitive. It felt like it was tedious. It felt like it was a lot of meaningless stuff that I was doing in my life. But when I look at back where I came from, I came a long way. I definitely came a long way, and I'm grateful for that small work that I put in, because it helped me become the person I am today. So always remember that the small things do matter. In short, small tasks may seem insignificant, but the little things you do day by day can make your troubles grow or make them fade away. Now go handle your business and get a sense of control over your life and conquer the world. Peace out.